Hello everybody, how's it going? It's Carter. Just another great day out there, and I got another great code to talk to you about. Very exciting. I think this is going to be a great one. We got a lot of cool stuff to cover, and you might actually know the author already. It's Brian. He's the guy who made the Avalanche Mountain source code, which was actually the first one I put up on this site, and I would say probably the most popular one just in the source code community. It's been around for a while, and Brian's done a terrific job maintaining that and proving that he is a top tier programmer and customer service guy. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm really excited about this. Beyond the code and everything I'm going to walk through is that once you buy it, you got a great resource kind of helping you through the process, and he'll always be there. So that's really exciting. And so what I want to do, he approached me a couple weeks ago and said he's got this coming out, and we've got some really exciting ROI stuff to talk to you about. And we'll go from there. So it's this one's called Scratchers, and what this is it's a lottery scratch ticket, right? So like everyone's been to the local convenience store and pulled out the quarter and begged your mom to buy a lotto ticket, and you scratched it off. And there's a little bit of novelty to that. And as you know, like the lottery makes a ton of money on that, beyond like the Powerball, stuff like that. And so what Brian did is he created an app that has lots of different scratch tickets within the app. And so you open it up, and it's pretty straightforward. And obviously, I've been playing, so that's why it says $16. The first thing off the bat, there's a universal app. So I'm running it on an iPad. This is iPhone. And what's nice about this is that it auto detects. So you only build it once, and then it goes across the gamut. So you actually get a listing in the iPhone store and the iPad store, and that makes a huge difference. This is an Xcode project. The code's it's very straightforward. You'll definitely be able to navigate through it, and Brian's got a lot of documentation to help with everything. So for all the IDs and everything you need, it's all going to be there. So the first thing I'm going to show you, you can scroll to all these things, and obviously what you can see here is the Rev Mob and then Chart Boost. And so what Brian has is he has the more games for Chart Boost coming up. You can do that. You can do the interstitials. You can mess around and see which one converts best for you. But if you look, so there's different stages, and there's all the way to level 5, and you can add more and more to this. So we're just going to start off with the all the way back to level 1, right? And so the first 2 levels are unlocked, and these are Temple Scratcher and Iris Scratcher. I'm just going to pop open Temple Scratcher. So so you can see there's obviously pretty aggressive on the ads, which is totally cool. I mean, I've done this many times, and what this does is think about it like kind of how fast can you get money from users in the first month or 2 of that app and not rely on retention as much. And it can actually be really, really successful. And I'll walk you through a little bit of how that's been successful for Brian so far. So you get to the screen, and what you see in the middle is the actual scratch area. And so what you have to do is, so you can see in the upper right-hand corner, I've already purchased 32 tickets. And so I'm going to rub, this is my finger rubbing on the actual screen right now, and the goal of the game is if you get 3 of a kind, you win. And so when you scratch it all off, and you can scratch it all yourself, or you can just press this button, Instant Scratch over here, and it says, you ready to redeem your ticket? Yes, but you did not win, so try again. There's sound, I can turn this on so you can hear the womp womp sounds. And so you can play the next ticket. Because I have more money, I can play the next tickets and do the same thing, or I can just press Instant Scratch and redeem the ticket. And so what's nice about this, from a casino standpoint, is that it has a bit of a repetitive nature to it. That's what slot machines really have going for them, is that people can just hit this Instant Scratch, redeem. No, I didn't make it. Instant Scratch, redeem. No, Instant Scratch. Oh, you won $2. So you can kind of, people can get in the rhythm to that, and they can get addicted to it, which is from a monetization standpoint, that's definitely what you want, and that's why casino games can become so lucrative for you. So there's a few different pieces of this to talk about. The first down here, the increase odds. This is just kind of like an upsell. So if you want to cater to people and say, hey, if you want to have a better experience, you really want to increase your chances of winning, you can upgrade, and that's going to require a certain amount of you need a certain amount of money to upgrade. Or you can go to the store and just buy them. This is all in-app purchases. So you go back, and what happens after that is, so earlier, like I ran out of tickets, I didn't really know what to do. That's what you'd do. You'd go and you'd buy bucks, and you'd get your money back. And you purchase them all through here. And then the help has got a little just kind of walkthrough right here, super simple. And that's more or less the gist of it. It's really straightforward. You can get really creative on this. And then you go back, and then you go into a different room. So if we went into, like, for example, the Irish Scratcher, it's just like the, it's just a different theme, but all the basic mechanics are the same, with the exception that in this room you have to actually buy your own ticket because the cost per ticket is more expensive. So you kind of graduate to this new level, which is a cool little perk. So with this, you can see that there's clearly the novelty factor. This is in the casino world, there's not a whole lot of these scratch tickets, and this one's definitely one of the nicer ones that I've seen in terms of how it was built, how it's coded, and it's got a lot of good opportunities for publishing. A lot of different ways to monetize this, as you can see with in-app purchases. There's a currency system built in, which is what you see, and what I mean by that is that you have to use dollars to purchase the tickets. You can't just buy individual tickets, which is really nice because that gets people to purchase over and over again. And then the second, obviously, is chart boost and RevMob and all that, and how that's working out. And what's really exciting, there's two really exciting things about this code. The first is that, one, if you haven't heard me talking about it, you might have heard some other people talking about it. The casino category right now is just like on fire, and it is just taking off. Not only from you see them at the top of the charts, but we got to realize is that all those guys at the top of the charts need to buy more traffic from somebody, and they're looking around being like, how can we get more qualified casino traffic? And because of that, they bid really, really high for this kind of user. So every time I would click on like RevMob or something, like the casino games would buy that at a premium price, which means a lot of money for you. So the first thing about this is just a raw category, and I'm going to be focusing on a lot of casino apps over the next few weeks. There's a lot of, there's still obviously a lot of other apps that are working, but from just a straight gaming niche market category, casino is like a really good place to be for if you want to make your money back quickly. The second is that because of that, this game itself has made its money back very, very quickly. Brian's sending me over like the most up-to-date numbers as we speak, but I think he said in the first 2 weeks that this was out, it made $500, like right off the bat. And that was a mix of in-app purchases, chart boost, and RevMob. So I mean, that's pretty amazing that in 2 weeks you can make money back. Like what would be essentially the cost of this entire project, both buying the code and getting it reskinned really cheap. It doesn't have a whole lot of images. I think it's like a quarter the number of images as Avalanche Mountain. So it's really, really kind of straightforward and easy to do. And more than anything, I think this is a great way to get in the casino game. I think that there's a lot of, some slot machine games or some other games that we'll be working on that I'll be talking about. But I think that this is a really good way for you if you want to be able to produce a bunch of really fast, really high profitability apps. This can work out really, really well. And I like Brian, like I said, and I think anyone who's bought a code or thinking about buying code will attest that having someone who really, stays up to date with you and follows through and responds to emails is worth a lot. And Brian's definitely that kind of guy. So that's a huge bonus as well. So I'm going to do the rest in the blog post, and there's a link in the blog post so you can download this yourself and check it out and answer any questions and ask any questions. And I will see you next time. All right, guys. See ya.